Hey, thanks for coming back to KG's Garage. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to check out the front end on this 76 GMC Motorhome. So when I'm driving, the steering wheel is a little all over the place. It's kind of hard. I got to keep correcting it. Take my hands off of the wheel at 1 second and it just floats all over the place. So I'm going to check to see if the bearings are good or if there's any other front end issues going on in the front there. I put new shocks in the front, and I have a new stabilizer shock that I'll be putting in. But right now I just want to check the see if the bearings and if there's anything loose in the front end there. So let me show you what I'm doing. You need a big jack to do this. It's a 3¼ ton jack. I jacked it up on the middle beam here, and well, this wheel's almost off the ground. The other one's definitely off the ground. Let me give it a couple more pumps. Alright, they're both off the ground. So this is the driver's side. I'm going to see if it goes side to side. And there's a little play. I think I see the tie rod moving now. It's moving a little bit, but I don't think it's bad. Side to side is what I'm really concerned about. And I'm not going to go underneath this RV while it's up on just on the jack. So I want to see if it's the actual tie rod, but I need to stick my head in there. So I'm going to get some jacks and put it on here. Actually, I'm looking here. I'm looking right here. Right here. So the steering box is up in here. This is the pitman arm. I don't know what they call this, drag link maybe, or center link. But when I move the wheel, you see that's moving a little bit. So the whole thing's moving. So there's, maybe it's the steering box is a little play in the gears. Let's go to the other side. Side to side. Well, I know side to side there's going to be something, right? Because we know that thing's moving. And I'm looking over there to that link, and I can see the in and out. This. Okay, so this is loose. Let's see if, yeah, the whole disc is moving. The whole rotor. I'm looking at the rotor. I don't know if you can hear it. I can also see the pins in the disc moving. So it's bearings. Okay, so I got some jack stands. Put right on the center brace here. I still have the jack in the middle, but there's not that much pressure on it. I set it down on the jacks. So now, if I move the wheel back and forth, so I'm pulling this way and this way, right? Back and forth, like left and right. Yeah. So that whole thing's moving. So imagine me driving down the road and this is happening. And then if I go grab the wheel on the top and the bottom and go in and out, and you can hear it. So there's lower ball joint over here, and there is a bolt on either side. This one looks like it might be out a little bit, because there's dirt there and there's like a space. So I'm going to try to get, I haven't taken these apart, but I assume you have your control arm here and then the ball joint, and then there's 2 bolts. Yeah. They go on either side. And I think it crushes the control arm around the ball joint. The shaft of the ball joint. So I'm going to try to tighten these and see if that stops the... Okay, let's see what size the bolt is. Wow, it's loose. Oh yeah, look at this. Here how loose it is. Alright, so it's a 9/16. So there's a nut on the other side. It's all greasy. If I turn the wheel, it'll work better. Hold on. I lost the air compressor going. I turned the ignition on and air compressor's going. Alright, so I think, yeah, now I can get to the bolt a lot easier. So what I used was, on the inside it was 1/2 inch, and on this one here, 9/16 seems like it's too big. 1/2 inch doesn't fit, so I put a 14 on it. And the 14 fits, but that's loose too. So I don't know, but I don't know if you can see this. Look at this boot. Oh my God! So new boot, or hopefully I don't need new axles. All right, so I tightened this one. Let me get the other one. Let's see if I can do it this. I can't. I need to turn the wheel the other way. I should be able to just push it. Yep. Now you can't see it. It's on the other side. Yeah, this side I can get a 1/2 inch on. So I don't know if there's crud on the other side or what, but all right, that's tight. Let's move the tire back. Let's see if anything's changed. No, that's still loose. It might be a tiny bit better than before, but it still feels loose. So that didn't fix the problem. Yeah, let's go check it on the other side. Alright. Well, I can't move my hand. Let's see if the 1/2 inch fits on it. Yeah, see, the 1/2 inch will fit on it. That's what the problem is. This side's not as dirty. I might have to go get a hammer. Yep, let me get a hammer and bang it on. Good news is, look at this CV joint. Look at this CV joint. It's not that bad. No, it's not ripped. Okay. A little more difficult with the wheel on, I think. There, it's never gonna come off. All right. That, I'm gonna go on the other side. Oh, stick my head way over here. Actually, it's tight. Yeah, it's tight. Alright, I'm gonna turn the wheel the other way and get the other side. It went right on this side. Alright, and this side seems tight also. Yeah. So those two are tight. So that's the bottom bowl joint bolts. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and let's go look at all of the bushings and everything like that. So let's see what I need replaced. So here's the upper control arm. Here's the upper control arm. And if you look, these bushings here are rotting away. They're all dry rotted. So need new ones of those. They're probably original. You can see I did the new shock, right? Tie rod. It looks all gumped up. I'm not going to touch it. Here's the lower. Doesn't look as bad. It has some cracks in it. Oh, this side is, you see some, it's gone. Some of the control arms and bushing's gone. Let's see the back. Can't see in here. I think I'm looking in there. There's a bolt. Yeah, that back one's shot too. And if you look, I'm trying to see if you can tell. See on the bottom, it's gone. It's all rotted away. Anyway, I think you can see the bolt. So that you can also see the bolt going through. So those lowers are worn out. So this is on the driver's side. The CV joint looks okay. Inner is probably okay. Doesn't move much. These sway bar bushings, shot. One thing I wanted to see was the upper ball joints. Upper ball joint. Okay, these are original. See, it has rivets on it. Pretty sure. Yeah, those are rivets. If they were replaced, you replace them with nuts and bolts. So those are original. And now I'm looking at the CB joint from up here, and I see some grease. So I don't know where that's coming from. So there's probably ripping it somewhere. A tear. Sway bar bushings on the frame. Bad, probably. So here's the steering box. Pitman arm, right? Pitman arms usually don't go bad, but this does. This link wheel. So I probably need a new link. This is probably an idler arm. It's all greased up. It looks probably like it's original. I need a new one of those. So let's go on the other side. Sway bar links, CV joint. Most likely the tie rods. If you're redoing the front end, just do it all. New tie rods. Let's look at this. Yeah, if you look here, if you look at the upper ball joint, it still has rivets. It's original. I don't know how you can tell the bottom one is, but something wrong with it, right? It's those bolts were loose. The bushings. Yeah, well, if one side's bad, most likely the other side's bad, right? So there you go. Rotted. These are the uppers. This one's rotted, and also has some rust on it. So that means metal's scraping metal, and that's not good. Oh, and the lower, and you can do one side, you can do the other side too. It's cracked there, right there. You can see it's messed up. So this is probably when I'm driving. There's a lot of where some of the play's coming from. If you look in here, it's compressed, but you can see. So we get the light and the camera there. I'm trying to get you to see the metal. Anyway, that bushing shot. The bottom of it's gone, right? It's almost gone. So there. So I think this thing needs a whole new front end. And if this is loose, and that bearing shot, I'm not just going to replace this one bearing. I would have to replace the other one too, and that's a whole big ordeal. I need to do a whole front end, bushings on the. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to wind up doing a one ton front end on this thing. By the time I redo the bearings in the front, and then all the bushings and everything like that, I mean, I think it'll be just more cost effective just to do the one ton front and be done with it. So I guess look forward to seeing that video soon. Well, not soon, it's gonna be a while. I gotta order the parts, but that was checking out the front end of the 76 GMC Motorhome. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching.